So my friend Lyn came to visit and we celebrated her birthday at Casa de Lourdes in El Valle. Really good meal, great atmosphere. I highly recommend the place if you haven't been. It's probably one of the fancier places in El Valle, and it's nice to have those options. The bacon wrapped filet that I had was amazing. We ventured down the road to the Interamericana and stopped at some of the artisans along the way. Beautiful ceramics made locally. One of the gentlemen showed us his kiln where he fires the pottery, and it's just really nice to support the local artists. Lyn fell in love with all the baskets and loaded up her truck before heading back to Pugaba. Guess who would love that? We arrived in Casco Viejo, and if you just catch this little glimpse of the parking, that's actually free parking just on the outside of Casco. It's always wonderful to walk around Casco Viejo just to see all the vibrancy, the colors, the people watching, and the architecture. And we headed over to a chocolate shop called Nome, where Lyn and the owner of Nome have been corresponding because they're both chocolate makers. If you're in Casco Viejo, you can do a chocolate tasting tour at Nome.
Production we made just for Valentine's.
I have the same mold.
Yeah.
Sorry if the audio is a little bad coming up, where Eric talks about how he got started making chocolate.
Okay, I studied culinary arts. I started in 2014 after I finished high school.
Okay.
I studied in the Panama International Hotel School,
Okay.
but during the process, I don't feel any passion about kitchen. I love to cook for myself, my family, and friends, but for never.
Not for like.
So when
yeah.
I finished the studies in 2015, I was like, okay, I want to go outside to finish because here was like a technique, not a bachelor. So, you know Hora Moreno?
Yeah.
She was the, or Yoshiri was like the...
It was really fun to watch them enjoying talking shop with each other, and I got to taste some amazing chocolate, and Lyn brought some of her Quetzal Cacao for them to have.
Oh my gosh, the time is so good.
Thank you, Nome. We had so much fun there. Lyn recently started Chocolate Club, so if you want to try farm to bar chocolate, the link is in the description below. When you go to Casco Viejo, you have to go to any of the rooftop restaurants or bars, and I just love the music and the vibe that there is in Casco. I am not much of a nightlife person anymore, but it's nice to have the city close enough so that when you want a little nighttime vibe, you can easily have that in Panama City. And from fancy stores with hard sales pitches on their products to genuine artists like Gabriel Lafrance, Casco Viejo has a little bit of everything. It's great to just wander around and see what you might find in the neighborhood. I bought my first mola after hearing the story behind the work on the mola. That's one of the most important things, is to understand what the mola means, what the significance is. This was my second time, I think, staying at the Magnolia Inn. Really enjoyed this place, and it's very well located. Now we're on our way to the San Francisco area, to Cero. Tell me a little bit about who you are and what you're doing here.
I'm Caro. I'm Natalia. And this is Cero, our store. Go ahead. Yeah, so we started the store because we wanted to offer a way for people to have a little more conscious consumption habits here in Panama. Trying to raise a little bit of awareness in that sense, the environmental and the social sides of our daily consumption. And this year we decided that we're going to focus a little bit more, which is something that we always wanted to do, on education. So we are here today with Lyn Bishop, and she's going to give us a little class, a little intro to herbalism, which is a fascinating topic, and we think was very great to kind of kick off the year with some nice holistic intentions.
Excellent. And where can people find you?
You can find us on here physically in San Francisco in the city of Panama. And we're also on Instagram. Our at is Círculo Cero, and our website is www.ceropanama.com. So
Thank
find us there.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
They have some really cool products in the store, so I would encourage you to get on over to Cero and support their efforts. We can all reduce our consumption of plastic and packaged goods.
Estamos aquí con Lyn en la tienda en Cero. Este año nos gustaría promover.
Lyn had 2 sessions that day, and she had the in-person attendees and then also people attending online. And I wasn't able to record the entire event, but she really wants people to know to look at the pharmacy with an F more than maybe going to the pharmacy with a PH. That she wants people to know that there are so many natural remedies for so many different things that ail us these days, and to look toward nature for the remedies.
It's beautiful because you are the future, and you guys taking this knowledge and really holding it and bringing it forward, and if you have children, to give it to your children, I think is one of the most important things that we can do right now for our own sovereignty, for our own ability to live purely and cleanly on this planet. So please, go ask your grandmother for stories.
Lyn's contact information is below if you have questions about consultations or the herbal tinctures. During her second session, I went to Michael's and had a delicious brunch. Highly recommend this taco place. And the day was coming to an end. Lots of walking in Casco Viejo. Make sure you hydrate. Well, you may not know that I'm not a morning person, but it's barely 7 o'clock, and I just, in my new mantra, had to get up, and because I felt inspired to come out in the morning light, and in Casco Viejo, it's just gorgeous. I mean, you morning people know what beauty there is in the morning. But in an old part of a city, it's even that much more beautiful. It's so quiet, and you can really just feel the peaceful start of the day. So I'm gonna wander around. I might regret getting up early later when we have to drive back to El Valle, but so far so good. This is what goes to that. What else? I feel really, really good about getting up early, experiencing something of this life that normally I'd want to kind of sleep through. But where else am I going to see a turkey vulture prancing down the road? This is interesting to know. The promenade to the right that we're going to walk on was honor to Esteban Huertas, a general who commanded Panamanian troops during its separation from Colombia in 1903. This was a section of the wall that protected Panama City. There are so many amazing views when you're walking around Casco Viejo. Don't forget to bring a camera or use your phone. I guess that's the popular thing these days. And you never know what you might see. I think that day I saw this quinceañera. You see a lot of photo shoots happening on these stairs. These statues are a memorial paying tribute to the failed French effort to build the canal. It was during the 19th century. When I was reading Between the Seas, everyone died of malaria. I stand corrected. It was yellow fever. Like, it seems like every chapter 500 people were dying from yellow fever. And this guy, Carlos Finlay, discovered that yellow fever was transmitted through mosquito bites. Pretty cool to see the juxtaposition of the new and the old all throughout Casco Viejo. And this mural was just a beautiful artistic example of different things that you can see throughout the city. If you're looking to do a tour in Casco or maybe even Panama City, of course you can use Google. You can also search Facebook groups and just put the term, Casco Viejo in. I'd say Instagram would also be a good place to search. That's where a lot of people are advertising. And then even Airbnb experiences. That would be kind of a fun way to see some things around the city. Of course, you can always do what I did, which was the self-guided cat tour, Casco cat tour. There's so many of them, and they look pretty healthy. They look well fed, and they are pretty chill. It's their turf. Time to head back to the hotel and pack up. We were heading out for the rest of the day. This was a nice little surprise to see in the plaza when I was heading back to the hotel. They were posing for some pictures, and I do have a video from when I went to the Pollera Festival in Las Tablas. It was an amazing experience. We headed off for dim sum at Lung Fung. Absolutely delicious. Oh my goodness. Really, really good. And then we went to the Discovery Center, a store that has absolutely everything under the sun. Thanks so much for watching.